We start our show with breaking news that could alter the championship landscape. The long-awaited return of Jayson Tatum is upon us. Almost 300 days since tearing his Achilles tendon in the 2025 playoffs, Tatum is ready to return to the Celtics. And, of course, no one better. Shams Charania is here with us now. What is the latest out of Boston, Shams?
MJ, I'm told that Jayson Tatum has been fully cleared to make his season debut and play this season, and that's going to come with all expectations on Friday at home at TD Garden against the Dallas Mavericks. And like you said, 10 months, less than 10 months after surgery for ruptured Achilles tendon, and I'm told Jayson Tatum is ready to go. He's checked all the boxes medically, mentally, and the Celtics have not pressured him throughout the process. They've wanted him to be in the driver's seat and lead exactly when he comes back. But he's been doing 5-on-5 scrimmages for well over the last month, getting his conditioning up, and now with 19 games left in the season, he is ready to make his Celtics season debut.
A day that everyone has been waiting for, a game that will be right here on ESPN as well. What are the Celtics and the rest of the league watching as Tatum makes his return?
MJ, everyone is closely paying attention to the dynamics at play here because Jayson Tatum is entering new grounds in this partnership and duo that he's had with Jaylen Brown. You think about what Jaylen Brown has done this season, singularly leading the Celtics into contention without a bona fide second star. And anyone that knows Jaylen Brown, he is as confident of a player and believes in himself as a player, a leader, and as an alpha. But anytime you add a second player back into the mix here, like Jayson Tatum, this is a duo that's been super successful. 5 conference finals, 2 NBA finals, 1 championship together. This has the ability to catapult and vault this team into championship contention. But these are different relationships. This is a different dynamic that Jayson Tatum is coming back into. They've gone from 2 stars to 1 star, doing it at a high level, now back to 2. How does that play out in these relationships? It's normal for any team to deal with, but there are different grounds, uncharted territory here for Jayson Tatum.
Yeah, Tatum said it late summer. I do want to play again. As promised, he will be coming back. All right, Shams, thank you so much. Welcome in, everybody. I'm MJ Acosta-Ruiz and for Malika Andrews. Our squad in the studio, Kendrick Perkins, Chiney, Ogwumike, and Tim MacMahon in the house. Guys, lots to get to. A lot of meat on this bone. The biggest question mark of the season, it's answered now. Jayson Tatum will be back for the Boston Celtics. Perk, let's start with you. How is it bringing in a superstar like this back into the lineup when the team has been winning? I mean, this is really going to change the landscape of the conference.
It's as easy as you putting a plate of food in front of my face and telling me to finish it. Damn it, I'm going to finish it. And look, I don't want to hear about is Jayson Tatum going to be able to fit. There's still Joe Mazzulla's system.
Thank you.
There's still a team that gets up and down and spread the floor, isolation, shoot a lot of threes. What's changed? What's changed? Both of these guys played together, and they both averaged almost 30 points a couple of seasons ago. What else is new? Jayson Tatum is only going to add to this situation, which is scary, which is why I always say this is the most dangerous team in the entire league because they're a legit title contender with Jayson Tatum, and now they have 0 expectations.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, they're playing with house money.
Yeah. So earlier today I was asked, because there's a clip circulating, whose team is it, Jaylen Brown or Jayson Tatum? I said it is Joe Mazzulla's team. He is the one who has orchestrated helping bring Jaylen Brown his game to an MVP level, and also his system works for Jayson Tatum. They've won a championship, and also, like, you think about it, it took me a while to come back from an Achilles injury, but he had time. He spent time in the G League. He spent time with his team playing 5-on-5, and the most important hurdle is the mental hurdle. There's no rush here. It's not like you have to come back in the playoffs when all the lights are on you. You still have 19 games left of the regular season while feeling confident in yourself, also knowing, I mean, I know his expectation is probably like, I'm going to be that guy. It might take some time. It might take 10 or so games. But the fact that he can ease his way into greatness at a point where his team is second in the East, I love this for him. And as long as he's good, the mind goes, the body follows. I'm excited to see his return.
Well, and I do think, as Perk alluded to, you have to have reasonable expectations. And whose team is it? Who cares? It was a championship team a couple years ago.
Right.
Got a chance to be a championship team again. But Jayson Tatum is not going to come back and right away be the perennial All-NBA selection that he's proven himself to be. That's not realistic 10 months off an Achilles. I assume there's going to be a minutes restriction. I assume there's going to be a ramp up. What he has an opportunity, though, as you said, about a quarter of the season almost, a chance to ramp up, a chance to elevate his play to as high a level as it can get going into the playoffs, but they don't need him to put a cape on and come rescue this team.
But the fact that he's coming back tells me everything I need to know. We're talking about 9 months. Anytime I hear 9 months, I think about pregnancy, not somebody coming back from an Achilles tear. Let me give Jayson Tatum his flowers real quick, because people don't realize how hard it is to come back off an injury like this. I tore my ACL. The time you have to put in the gym, the mental aspect you got to have when you want to give up on the game of basketball. Sam Cassell, his assistant coach, told me that they literally had to tell Jayson Tatum, we're not coming in on Sunday and you won't be here either. Like, that's how much he was living in the gym. And people wondering, like, oh, it's taking this guy a certain amount of time, or he's taking the entire season off. The few things we do know. Jayson Tatum don't drink, he don't smoke. All that is part of the process of recovering and healing quickly.
Let's dive into it, because we know what that path is. You get injured and then your rehab starts after your surgery. You are immobilized for 2 months. You can't go to the bathroom by yourself. You can't shower by yourself. You're dependent on this process, because I went through the same thing with an Achilles. I slept in my parents' bedroom on their couch, and they took care of me for 2 months. Then finally, I was on crutches, on a boot, weight bearing. Finally, that felt like freedom. Then I learned how to walk again. Then I was on a treadmill again. It was a non-weight bearing treadmill where I started off at 20% body weight, then 40% body weight, then 60, then 80, and then all of a sudden it feels like you're in a pool and you step out of a pool and you're at gravity again. Mind you, we're people that are taught that we can fly, we can run, we can jump. Then you have to go back to bouncing a ball. And that felt so natural for you for your entire life, and now you're stepping into a place where not only are you bouncing a ball, but people said you're great and you're one of the best, and you want to be that exact same thing. So I know 9 months is impressive, but more impressive is the fact that he believes he can help his team when they're number 2 in the East and they have a shot at something, and he's not going to bypass that. I love this for JT.
Yeah, that mental aspect can't be discounted, and it's not for the weak. You either have that X factor in you or
Real
you
talk.
don't. Tim, how does this affect the rest of the East?
I mean, listen, the Celtics already established themselves as a legit contender, which who didn't think it was going to be a gap year for Boston? Joe Mazzola did.
Right.
If you weren't employed by that team, you basically thought it was going to be a gap year. They proved that wrong. And so this already is a team that put themselves in a position to be taken seriously. And now you're adding back a guy who's proven he can be a major part of a championship. So I think the Celtics are right in the thick. The Pistons, the Celtics, the Cavs, Knicks. One of those 4 teams.
I wanna give this a 10-game appetizer.
Look at that, Bert.
I mean, and I'm not. But look, I'm not mad at that, right? If anybody have the Celtics as the favorite, I'm not mad at you. You get no argument from me. They have the most championship experience out of anybody in the Eastern Conference.
Correct.
The only.
Right. So, great point, Tim. But what I'm saying is, and you're talking about adding back your all-NBA player, right? I believe it's going to take 10 to 15 games before we actually see Jayson Tatum of the old, right? But, hey, he might surprise us. He might come out in his debut and have a cool, solid 15 to 18 points. But I'm not mad at it. Look, I need to see 10 games, but I might switch up here in 10 games and say that the Celtics or less has leapfrogged the Detroit Pistons.
My final question for you guys, Tim and Perk. I still don't put championship expectations on this squad, because what they're navigating is very difficult. Adding a piece this late in the season, also a piece that's trying to work his way back. We all thought that they can surprise some teams. I'm not saying that we agree with the favorites there, but like you said, they're probably the most dangerous because you don't know what to expect. You can get that caliber or you can get something else.
Yeah, the sleepy ones, but they've not been sleepy at all. Wide awake. That's been the season so far for them.
Well, what's interesting, you guys, is that we've been waiting for this moment, and we all know the different titles that this man has. There's Jurassic Perk, there's Big Perk, there's the Mayor of New York. Can you be Coach Perk for this segment?
Yes.
Okay, we're tapping in. We're tapping in.
I like that
Coach
title.
Perk.
I like that title.
Yeah, okay, so this is the current starting lineup for the Boston Celtics. All right, we have options here. Sam Hauser probably, Baylor Shireman. Who is going to come out of the lineup, Coach Perk, because Jayson Tatum soon is to be activated. Who are we taking out?
I mean, look, I think the first 5 games he's going to come in off the bench, right? We saw Steph do it. We saw a lot of greats do it, especially coming back after being out for a long time. But I believe it gotta be this young man right here, right? And it's gonna be after 5 games. That don't mean that he's not gonna have a role because he's been a valuable piece. It's just gonna be off the bench.
All right, off the bench. So how would you integrate him? Like, how many shots should Tatum be getting in those minutes?
Well, I think it just got to go through the flow of Joe Mazzulla, right? When you talk about his system, when you talk about a team that is still one of the tops in leading and shooting 3-point shots, it's not hard. It's a reason that they got Big Vucevic at the trade deadline to somewhat replace Kristaps Porzingis because they like to stretch the floor. They love for you to they love to spread you out and go isolation ball. And when we're talking about Jayson Tatum, we're talking about a 3-level score. We don't have any concerns about a 3-level score.
We do not have concerns, and you mentioned Vooch. I put him into the lineup there.
Like that.
So they have options. I mean, this right here, let me go. JB, DY, JT, they are certified MJ.
I love that. And I was hoping you wouldn't say Sherman because that's who I was going to say. I was like, now it's going to sound like we're piling up on him. All right.